Ndawumba, Mbuya, Ndawe. How great it is, when you see someone and you just lighten up. So great to see you here. Okay. Whew. All right. Okay. I've just, I guess, I just wanted to share something because I've just learned of my favorite author and my indirect mentor for this book has passed on. Mocholoko, Zulumathabo Zulu. He really mentored me during my self-initiation journey with this book. So I thought I might as well just talk about it because a lot of self-initiate, we get mentored in different ways. So this was my mentor. So I'm just gonna share his book, The Sacred Knowledge of the Desert. Yes, I've learned a lot from this book as a self-initiate. So that is what I want to talk about. I kind of feel bad because, like sometimes they say you need to acknowledge people when they're still alive. I remember watching him in one of the podcasts with Zulumathabo on Moya. And I thought, oh my gosh, I would love to send him an email to just tell him how much he really inspired me. His book has inspired me and how much he helped me throughout my journey as, my self-initiation journey. And from 2020, that's when I got hold of his book. And the truth of Koma, the truth of Koma, the truth of Koma, that bit, I kind of borrowed a little bit of from this book because I really loved it. It really, really, it was a positive influence for me in my journey when I was going through the rough patches of my journey. So, yes, so I guess this is just me appreciating him in my own way. That's what I'm here for, to just share that, some people, they really help us on our spiritual path. And sometimes we supposed to acknowledge them, but we don't, which I really feel bad about this because I really wanted to do it, but I didn't. Yes, so that's what I want to talk about. Mentoring, self-initiation and mentoring. And this was my mentoring through a book. And, it's like one of those mentoring things that you get, you're directed towards something at a particular time in your life when you're experiencing something and you don't understand something, even though your ancestor spirits and guides, they're trying to tell you, give you information, but still you literally not getting it. So they direct you towards a book that you can use so that you understand the message that they're trying to give to you. So this is me, my ancestors directing me to this book, The Sacred Knowledge of the Desert. A lot of my information, a lot of some things, my people were there's a page here on page 25 where I talked about the truth of Koma. You can see it here. It's got the truth Koma there because I really loved it there. So that is where the truth of Koma comes from this book. So he really, really, really helped me in my spiritual journey. Anyway, so it is mentoring indirectly. That's what I'm talking about, mentoring indirectly. Because tomorrow I'm going to be talking about direct mentoring. Because I'm going to be talking about mentoring through the divine partner, kind of soul partner path. Baratani Mamoya wrote, but now we might as well talk about it. Beautiful, beautiful book. Every time when you're going through a particular like how can I say it? Like it is one of those books. This is my experiences, right? It's one of those books that if I was just reading it, like now, if I'm just reading it, it won't make sense to me. But when I was reading it in 2020, it really made a lot of sense for me at that particular time, because it was kind of like it was just directed to what my ancestors wanted me to get information for what they were teaching me in those dreams. So yes, yes. And yes, this is my appreciation live session for Mocholoko, Zulumathabo Zulu. Yes, yes, he did, he did mentor me a lot. So yes, how are you guys doing? So I think that is just what I wanted to talk about. Nothing much. Anyway, I didn't know how to put this live session and how to really create this for as an appreciation post for this, because as well as when you learn of something and you just like shocked and stuff like that, that is what is happening. Yes, I've learned of his passing during the week, and I was kind of like I felt bad. Anyway, so that is just that. Yes, some of our mentors, they come in those indirectly like that, and they beautiful come into our lives to help us in the spiritual path. That is just that. Yes, I think that is what I wanted to talk about, and I don't know what to talk about again. How are you guys getting on in your spiritual path, and how are you doing? Jimmy, 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 can I borrow your phone? Can I borrow your phone, please? So now that I'm here, I might as well just answer some of the questions that a lot of people have asked me. Gogo Tuli Lives Tools Mutation. Tobela Gogo Tuli. Great to see you here. You you look more like KSI than KSI. Who's KSI? KSI. Jimbos! Please, can I borrow your phone? Please, quick. Ask Jimmy. Jimmy, what is? Someone said I look like KSI than KSI. What's KSI? Someone said you know. Oh. What is it? What's KSI?
They're insulting you.
They're
definitely an insult.
It's an insult.
He's a man.
Jimmy, you can't let someone insult
He's a
me.
man.
You need to help me insult them back. What kind of insult is it then? You're not gonna let someone insult your mom on live session?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So what should I say? I need to hit them back.
Who said that?
But what is it? I'm joking. Chill, all love. The person said they're joking. All right, it's all love. Otherwise, my Jimbos was gonna be holding you down.
You look like a little purple skittle.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, it's not a family thing now. We're not gonna be coming like okay. We don't do that. In this family, we do not bully people online. But look, you're bullying the bully. If you start me, I'll hit you in the wrong way. Okay. Anyway, let's not get there. But anyway, you kind of entertained us in a little bit. Oh, I wanted to answer some questions. Okay. How the hell am I gonna go to that?
Hey, little Skittle.
No.
Here's the answer
That's,
to your
no,
question.
no. That's enough. That's enough.
I like visiting Africa, South Africa.
That's enough, Jimmy. Okay. Nah, I won't answer this because I'll be mixing things up. The audacity to insult someone in front of her son and say it is a joke. Oh wow! Shall Gogo's ancestors respond, and they will to that answer. They will say we were joking. Gogo Chili, you know what happened? Okay, there was a time when I was so upset, really angry with someone, like seriously, literally angry. Someone did something, someone still stole something. Well, they kind of said they didn't steal it, they took it, and but they didn't tell me they were going to take it. So for me, I kind of felt like they stole it. If I didn't like do the things that people are supposed to do when they are really upset, right? I wouldn't have found out. Anyway, so I was so angry, so angry. That is when I told my ancestors, my spirits and guides, that if they do not do what they are supposed to do, right? I won't take them serious as a healer, right? Meaning that I was so upset that I wanted to go the other road, like the bad way, like bad. I was so angry, like bad. And I realized something about that because I was angry, right? I realized something about that. That you know, like once you cross something, you do something, you literally do something, like that. You use that because remember that you can use the good things and you can use the bad things, depending on the situation. Once you use that, like strike someone, spiritually strike someone. Once you do that, right, you cannot go back, right? So I was thinking of doing it to that person because I was so angry, like serious angry, and I realized that in this spiritual path, you have to really be like Gogo Mbuya will say there, strategic about where you send your anger, because some things are petty, right? Some things are really petty. You might use that big thing, like that one that you're supposed to use, on something that is too small, that is not going to help you, like it's just small petty things, when you can just hold on to use what you can use for things that are really what you're supposed to be using that to strike someone, like serious things, right? If someone steals £1 from you, and someone steals £10 from you, using the same strike to hit the person who stole £1 as the person who stole £10 might not be necessary. Sometimes you need to direct your things towards the right place. Now, when it comes to doing live session or even comments on I get a lot of comments, like really, really bad, horrible comments on these sessions, sometimes even on my videos, right? People really are out there to just do what they feel at that particular time. Remember that some people are upset about other things. You might say something in one of the videos, or I might be here on live session and someone is going through a lot and might say something that they don't actually mean, right? Uh, and uh, and if I react to everything that people send towards me, it'll become a mess, right? Sometimes I'll react because obviously even me, I'll be going through a lot of things, right? Someone says something, they hit me, they trigger me, obviously I'll say something bad. But you have to hold yourself together sometimes in this kind of spiritual path, because some people, you're not going to gain anything from them, right? You're not going to gain anything from them. Anyway, talking about gaining anything from anyone, I've gained a lot from this guy, Mocholoko, Zulumathabo Zulu. It really helped me a lot in my spiritual path. This is the kind of gain you need, spiritual gain, wisdom from people like this. So, yes, you get a lot of those things. But in this family, we do the tit for tat. If my kids come to me from school and they said, "Oh, someone was saying this to me," as a parent, I say, "What did you say back?" Someone said something like that. What did you say back? But as a grown up, remember these kids, right? As a grown up, I have to hold myself. And okay, Lord without consent is what they will say. Yes, yes. Believe it or not, some ancestors are so petty that they ask is to let go and keep it moving, and they still strike without us exerting any energy. True, true. Yes, they do. They do. They do. Especially if remember that if someone has hurt your feelings so much that it has disturbed your peace spiritually, like seriously disturbed your peace, where you kind of like it is disturbing even your sleep. Your ancestors, they will work hard, even if you don't say anything, even if you don't want to retaliate. Your people will work hard. They have to work hard. But remember that some of them, they wouldn't tell you what they do because they know that you will be disturbed as well for the fact that they are doing something behind closed doors, which they have to do. They have to do. Some of us, we want our ancestors to do the things that we want them to do, but we don't want to say them. Because when you're thinking about it, when you're sober, when you're not, when I'm saying sober, I mean like when you're drinking coffee like this, you wouldn't want to say it directly to your ancestors, but you're thinking about things that you want your ancestors to do. What they do, right? What they do, sometimes they show us. Like when someone did something, harmed you in a way that is really bad. I'm not talking about physical, I'm talking about how they harmed you. They went deep into your soul to disturb it, right? So you find that a lot of us spiritual people will find people something, meaning that you tell someone that I'm finding you this. Like a lot of healers will say, my ancestors, they want this. They want 2 cows. They want 2 goats, right? That's a matter of principle, right? It's just to show that you're acknowledging that you wronged someone, so you're now giving something. Now you have to give something back, right? As a matter of principle. So you do that. That is like a warning. You do not do it again, because now it has inconvenienced you, the person who is in the wrong. You're being inconvenienced because you find now. You didn't think that was going to happen, right? You do something, someone finds you. You need to pay that back. If you don't, obviously it becomes a stain in your spiritually for you, and a lot of people don't realize it. Like some of us as healers, when we start into this journey, we have to fix the wrongs that our ancestors, some of them, have done. So the things that we go through in order to resolve the things that they've done before when they were still alive, right? Remember that we inherit some of the things that our ancestors have done. Now, the things that they've done, they didn't think about us, the descendants, isn't it? They've done harmful things. Now, as descendants, we are paying back. So we have to come and fix the things that they've done. Right? A lot of us, when we come into this journey, if our ancestors have been doing things that they were harming others out there. Remember that harming doesn't have to be physical. You can harm someone emotionally, like harm someone mentally. Right? You say something here live on live session. Now in your 20s or 30s or 40s, and you think, I've said something to right? On here live session, you say something bad and you go and you're no longer on the internet for 30 years, and then something goes, you go, you become an ancestor. Your children, if what you said to me has hurt me so much that I said something, that I want you to experience something, the children will experience it. But remember, some people, they think from hand to mouth, so they don't think about their children or their grandchildren. They are not doing things now to protect their children and their grandchildren. They are happy for the moment. They are not thinking about the future, which is one of the wrong things that we do as people. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about a lot of things, isn't it? Remember, we were talking about my mentor, Zulumathabo Zulu, and now we're talking about other things that people do say that they don't realize that, you say something to someone, you hurt someone's feelings, and it affects them. And when they're affected, their ancestors can do things to balance you. Anyway, believe it or not, some ancestors are so petty. Oh, I've read this again. Okay. Oh. Okay. Gosh, my lips are dry. Okay. Exactly. This is also why we don't always dream as children. Some of what spiritual elders do is to remain unknown by us. We may indeed be incapacitated, out of shock from some of the things. Togoza Bukosini. Okay. I was really upset about something petty just now, and I decided to take my journal to free write to clear my head. As I sat down looking at a blank page, asking my ancestor how I should handle it, you then boom, your live stream pops up, and then that's the topic now streaming. You've just uplifted my spirit. Okay, Thomas. You're welcome. Yes, and you uplifted my spirit as well. When I came here on live session, I was like clouded with unhappiness, not unhappiness, sadness, because I was thinking about this guy. I was thinking really like, I was feeling like I wish I've sent an email to him when he was still alive, when I felt like it at the time, or I said something to him to acknowledge what he's brought into my spiritual path, what the guidance that I've got through his books in my spiritual path, and I didn't do it. So I was really kind of upset, like sad. I had that sadness, like I should have, and I didn't. And now how do I actually pay respect to him? And and I see you guys here, and I feel much better actually. Yes, yes. So yes, we uplift each other. Yes. So goes and minus 1770 Tobela. Yes, so yes, we uplift each other in this spiritual path, and oh gosh, don't do what I've the way I've felt about this. When you find someone who really indirectly is mentoring you, you need to let them know. It is very important. It is very important that we do this when people are still like when we still can, you know. Because remember that if you're self-initiating, we get mentored by different people, a lot of different people, and the mentoring can be like deep, deep, like mine. Like it is so deep that I took some words from this book, and I've always said the truth of Koma because I've taken it from this book. That's how much inspired I was by this guy. It's not guy, Mkulu, the late Mkulu Zulumathabo Zulu. So yes, so a lot of people they really yes, they mentor us like that. They're like what they call it. They mentor us in the dark, right? In the dark, they're there. Their ancestors are using them through books. They're really mentoring us, and beautifully as well, right? Beautifully. I mean, beautifully. I mean, seriously. What can I say? Yes, I mean, yes, beautiful. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm still trying to get my head around the whole thing. Gogo, Matrix voice. What if I told you he's standing behind you, applauding what you're doing? Oh, that would be beautiful, Gogo Tuli. That would be beautiful. Then you try to hold back the bed as I wrote that. Oh, that would be beautiful, Gogo Tuli. It's beautiful to hear that. Yes, I have thought about it. I was even talking to my husband about it yesterday. That I feel bad. I mean, really, I've been feeling bad from yesterday. I was thinking about it from yesterday. Like, what can I do? And I didn't want to make it all about me as well because we can get caught up. Some of us can get caught up. So yes, Mocholoko, yes, you mentored me. Yes, he really mentored me. I'm thankful for him and his ancestors because through his words, through his book, The Sacred Knowledge of the Desert, I even did a video about the desert, took some of the things that I've learned from this book, from this book. Remember, my self-initiation journey, I have been speaking to my ancestors throughout, meaning that not only in dreams, they were literally talking to me, right? Talking to me as in talking to me. So for them, I remember I had my ancestors, I had a mentor, which is what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow. Listen, I almost said yesterday. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about the other path that my ancestors took me on, the other one that I took my road, and the indirect mentors. So you can imagine the amount of things that my ancestors were trying all different ways to really get me to understand them, to understand the messages that they wanted to bring to me. They were working very hard in the ancestral realm, and they couldn't only do it on their own. They had to get someone, a physical person, not like the way people think about, not like a mentor, like the way I mentor people, but someone to like really literally force me into a shift, like that kind of growth. And like that I didn't think I needed, and they I wouldn't say force it on me, but then they even had to get me books. Yes, this book just out of nowhere, I just I don't know what I was searching for online, and this book just popped up. I had to order it. It came all the way from America because they didn't have it on Amazon UK. So it came all the way. It was shipped from America. So you imagine that. So that is how hard my ancestors were working to get me to understand some things in the spiritual path. So yes, so we really appreciate people who come to us like that in the spiritual path. So yes, they do help us a lot. All right, Pedro, I'll donate $3,000. Yeah, you can donate to the family here. You can donate it to them. Yes, so we learn a lot. We learn a lot in the spiritual path, and we are growing every day as we go along on the spiritual path. So anyway, that is me just talking about Mocholoko, Zulumathabo. How beautiful, how beautiful, how beautiful. He came into our lives so indirectly, and it really helped some of us go through our spiritual path. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm just now gonna just quote this, what is written here. Necessary laws. This is one of the poems from this. Everything that is written in this book has been really a life, what they call it, life changer. I mean, for me, with what I was going through. I'm talking about when I was initiating. I'm still initiating, I guess. Initiation doesn't stop. Remember that? For some of us, it is an ongoing thing. Education doesn't stop. This is necessary laws. Necessary laws. There are times such as now when I have to transplant myself from here. Are you hearing this? To go to places never been before. In the process, I become separated from the things that I care about, to suffer what has now become a necessary loss. Humans, like other organisms, cherish the things that make their lives worthwhile, the things that are now artifacts of living. These things are not they are not just materials, but they embody our fears, concerns, appreciation, and who we are. Throwing them away is like throwing away an important map. Can we retrace our steps without a map? That is the question. Even the smallest mouse relies on a scented guidance to retrace her footsteps. Our strategic goal is to stay alive and thrive. This requires minimization of loss or error. If we are forced to separate from what we cherish, how can we expect the future to be better? We shall find ways of mitigating the loss so that we can be in tune with the universe and thus meet the future with sense of survival intact. That is from The Sacred Knowledge of the Desert by Mocholoko, Zulumathabo Zulu. Beautiful poem. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. If you can get hold of the book, if you got it, get hold of it. It's beautiful. It really helps. It helped me. Anyway, yes, Gogo, that is Bukosini. Yes, Gogo, you know, recently I'm so into listening to Mkhulu Credo, and I even had a dream where I was at the back of a bakkie with an old Mkhulu showing me where Mkhulu Credo grew up. Oh, that's beautiful. And this all showed me 3 places and said, these are holy places. Oh, that's beautiful, Bukosini. That's beautiful. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, and Credo Muto as well. Yes, I find a lot of guidance in his books. Actually, I've read his book, one of his books, the first one, what they call it, In Double My Children, before I even became, before I even started self-initiating. At that time, I was like, I don't know, I was just directed towards these kind of things. But then I read a book by him, Sangoma, I think something to do with Sangoma, something. Beautiful book, beautiful book. Yes, Credo Mutua, a lot of things that Credo Mutua says, as you go on this spiritual path, you kind of like, wow, yeah, okay, this is what he meant. This is what he meant. Oh, yes, I see this. It's beautiful in this spiritual path. Our path are so intertwined. Is it the right word? Like when you're interlinking, like this path, we cross each other's path so many times in this spiritual path with the people that sometimes we are guided to listen to, or we are guided to read about, or we are guided to find a little bit of wisdom from what they've written, the information that they've shared with others, what they've said, things like that. So, we get a lot. So that is the beauty of the spiritual path. And yeah, that's just that. Whew, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another thing that my ancestors guided me towards this guy as well, to get the information, especially when they were teaching me about how I'm supposed to share messages, especially when I'm working with people. They showed me in the dream, right? They first showed me in the dream. They explained it. I still didn't get it. They showed me again, and when I opened this book and I was reading about the way we share messages with people, he explained it in a way that I was like almost like at school, the way he was explaining it, how you're supposed to, when you get messages from our ancestors, remember that, especially when you get those ancestors who are sending you to people, right? Not people coming to you, when they're sending you to people, this is another thing I'll talk to you about after I've shared this, because it was my people, what I've experienced when I was at home, like just recently, was you should not do that as a healer, right? You should not do that. So when we're sharing messages, this is my people guided me towards him to explain it properly. When we're sharing messages, we should share messages, we should think about the person who is receiving the message. Remember that someone is there listening to you, or you call someone. You want to give someone the things that your people have said to you about the person that are not pleasant. Now, how you go about giving that person the message, you need to think about their state of mind in their side. You need to think, when you're talking to them, if you're not there watching them, or with them in person, right? You're talking to them on the phone. You need to think about and listen to them the way they're talking to you, how they are, how they're feeling at the time when you're giving the message. Don't just go get excited. The message is like this, you go, whoo, something bad is gonna happen. There's gonna be a car accident. No, you don't do things like that. You need to think about their state of mind and the message that you're about to deliver, how the person is gonna receive it. You understand? We need to think about others before we share. We need to feel for them. Feel it. If someone is saying something like that to you, how do you feel? So you need to think more about the recipient of the message. Right? So yes, he really helped. He really helped. He really helped. It was like how can I say it? He was indirect mentor. He was indirectly mentoring me through a book. Can you imagine? He was assisting me. In Sutu will say, he was initiating me through a book. My ancestors used him with the book to initiate me, to help me go through my initiation process. as a self-initiate. So a lot of things, we get them like in different ways, guys, in different ways, which is beautiful. So anyway, yeah, now the message now. Hey, some people, they get excited. They receive now. I'm giving you something that happened. I had to actually put this person on the side and actually even ask myself, what kind of ancestors are sending people like this to us? Obviously, she came to validate something that I was not paying attention to. Even me, I still give my people a problem a little bit, but I have to put her on the side and give her some, hey, don't come to me like that. Yeah, you need to think like a healer. Don't come to me and start telling me things like this. And you think, what? Just because my ancestors and your ancestors, they're working hard together in the background, you think you're just going to come and tell me messages like this in front of others like this? You're trying to embarrass me, what? Of which, obviously, yeah, kind of like it was like that. Yeah, so anyway, the point is we have to think about how we deliver the messages and privacy as well. Just because you got the message, you don't want everyone to know that you got the message. So now you have to spread it out there. Anyway, that's just me. Okay. Gogo Chuli said on point about Baba Credo. I dreamt of him twice the week after Dr. Zulu's passing. There's an eternal connection between Baba Vusama Zulu and Tate Mocholoko. Yes, they should be, because they were both very strong, very strong, very strong. Yes, very strong. Zulumathabo Zulu, Vusama Zulu. The names as well. Thokozani Thelma. How are you, Thelma? Hope you're doing very well. It's been a long time. Yes, the names as well. These names. Yes. These people, they are really getting into, they are really giving us messages in different ways. Excuse me. And remember that as our ancestors are using these big people, especially the people that we like we find comfort in listening to them, or we find comfort in hearing from them, meaning that when the message is big, when our people want to give us a big information, right? A big message, they use people that we celebrate. So they will use the people that when we think about them, and when we think about the wisdom and the knowledge that comes out of their mouth, when they bring them in the dream state to give us the messages, our ears are going to be open, right? We're going to listen. We're going to watch. We're going to want to see what they were doing and where they were, right? Because they have to, the message has to be clear, isn't it? So they have to use the people. They always, with big information, they always use celebrities. When I'm saying celebrities, remember that we celebrate people who we find that they give us that kind of thing when you think about them. That person, when they say this, yes, from what I have observed, from what I've watched them talk, that person, when they say something, they mean it. The same way as when they use someone that you know as a celebrity, you've watched them, and you know what comes out of their mouth is just not right. When they want to show you that what the person says to you cannot be right, even for your standard, they use them in the dream state, so that when they say something, they want you to argue. Excuse me, when I watch you on telly, I'm talking about celebrities that you don't agree with when you listen to them, what they're saying out of their mouth. When they bring them in the dream state, and your ancestors want they want to show you that what that person brings out of their mouth is not actually good, but what are you going to do about it in that dream state? They'll bring them out as you think about them. And then they'll say things. Then you have to say whatever that you think is right. Correct them on the spot. And you remember when you wake up that, yes, that celebrity came into my dream and was sprouting nonsense. I put him right, or I put it right. What they were saying, they were telling me that I need to mix this and this to create this medicine. Haibo, with that kind of herb, it doesn't work like that. I corrected them in the dream on the spot. Anyway, that was just me, just being me. Okay, it's been a while. Okay, yes, it's been a while, I guess. I'm good. I'm learning new languages and meeting new people in my dreams. Oh, that's beautiful. Hope you're great too. I just don't have Gobela yet to help navigate. Yes. Yes, a lot of people don't necessarily will have a Gobela. So if you're self-initiating, you will have mentors and indirect mentors. You wouldn't necessarily have Gobela because some people will never have Gobela. They will just have mentors or indirect mentoring. And the ancestors. The ancestors, they will be in the Gobela role. Remember that the ancestors are the ones directing even the Gobela that they send you to. But it's just that sometimes when they send you to someone, some people, they do not want to listen to what your people want you to hear. They want to be the ones directing even your ancestors. Then when you go home with nothing. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We need to be positive. We're talking about self-initiation, mentoring, and indirect mentoring, which is what I'm here talking about today. That we will get a lot of mentoring indirectly. And today I'm talking about my own indirect mentoring by a book. And that is the book that I'm talking about, that I've put on the thumbnail, The Sacred Knowledge of the Desert. The Sacred Knowledge of the Desert by Mocholoko. And that was my indirect mentoring. I have used this book as my Bible. Yes, Bible. Like with the poems, like with what I was going through on a daily basis with my ancestors. I just open this book like this, like which page, like that, and then I see, wow, my ancestors, they want me to get to read about this poem. And when I read about it, I found that it was actually reaching me. It was like a key to open the door for me to get into the next level. That is this book. They use it. They use this book. And when I was deep in filth, and I was lying down in bed, when I'm saying lying down in bed, it was that bad. And I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to talk to anyone. And I didn't want to hear anything. My husband and my children were just there. I was just seeing them moving, but I didn't want to hear anything. I was just deep in spiritual. I was not physical. I was floating in spiritual, in the spiritual realm. I was in the spiritual dimensional level, meaning that physically I was not there. I was just lying on the bed, but I was spiritual. Everything was happening spiritual. I was in the third eye level, right? So in that time, there was another book. What book was that? Something now, something like that. Okay. What's happening? What is happening, Nobisa? Oh, okay. Okay, because in years ago, I really like Enjoy My Journey when they do that. Okay, that sounds like a nice book. I'm here to learn. Okay. All right. I don't know what Novisa is talking about. Right. Anyway, yes, yes. And another thing, yesterday, gosh, I'm gonna this truth of Koma is gonna be a lot of mix up, isn't it? Just gonna be mixing up a lot of things that have been happening recently. Gosh, I should not talk about it. Don't talk about it. It's not necessary. So anyway, yes. So tomorrow I'll be talking about the other path that we go through as self-initiate. Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. And it is great to be back on the live session. Gosh, when you go for some time and you come back, it's like baby steps again, isn't it? These things, when you leave it even for a week, when you come back, it's like you're taking baby steps again. So, yes. So that is just that. Yes, that is just what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't have any more. Oh, look. Oh my gosh. I even had notes in this book. I put a lot of notes in this book. My gosh, my pencil was working non-stop in this. Hey, listen to what I've written. I don't know when I've written these notes. This is my writing from the Broken Triangle poem. Here the author is talking about the calling and the reluctance of the initiate to accept the gifts that the ancestors are waiting to give to him or her due to the environment on which one finds themselves in. Due to lack of understanding, even though the initiate refuses his or her calling, the ancestors were patiently waiting for him or her to come to her senses. Oh, that was me. Oh, that was me writing. I was deep in my things, you know. And to understand that certain missions are to be fulfilled no matter how long it takes. You ancestors care. You I must have been deep. I must have been deep in my spiritual beat. Yeah. Can you believe I've written this even in pencil? That's me. See the notes I've written there. Oh, yeah. We're here. Yeah, so that is him. Oh, he really helped. You know, he really helped with this guy. He really helped. May his soul rest in peace. Mocholoko, Zulumathabo Zulu, my indirect mentor. Yes, he really did well. His life here on earth, he helped a lot of us, I guess. As I'm part of this, what the people he helped. So he really helped. Where can one find the book? I find mine on Amazon.com, the Sacred Knowledge of the Desert. I found mine on Amazon.com. Depends where you are. You can get it in I guess if you're in South Africa, you'll get it in one of those bookshops. You should be able to easily get it because he was in South Africa, isn't it? If you're in UK, I don't know if they have it now in Amazon UK. There is another bookshop that they sell a lot of these spiritual books. I forgot the name. Abel's, no, Abel's the fruit place. Something, but you get it. If you just Google Sacred Knowledge of the Desert, you'll find it. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful book. Anyway, check this institution as well, Madiseb. Yes, this is what I was saying. This is what I felt that, before, you don't think people are just gonna go, isn't it? I was asking my people. I did ask my people actually. I did ask my people that because I liked him so much and I liked the fact that they directed me to him. I was asking them that I wish you could just get me, meet him somehow, so I can go to that university, Madisebe University, to go and learn something. The Sesotho there, right? Sesotho, yes, Sesotho, to go and understand He actually is the one who made me even force my people to start teaching me about the meaning of the Sotho words, the meaning of Sotho words, because sometimes they just talk to you in the language, right? When I'm saying the meaning of Sotho words, sometimes we say things we don't understand why we say them, right? So when I was reading some things that is written in Sotho, right? He was explaining why we say some things like this in Sotho, why we will say something, and he was multilingual as well. In Zulu, I will say something like this and that. I had to go to my ancestors. I said, my ancestors, spirits and guides, please, I am not here on this spiritual path to be learning about how to burn pep. Teach me. I want to understand why I say certain things in Sotho. What does it actually mean? Where does that word come from? And then they had to source someone. I'm talking about my ancestors. They had to source someone in my spiritual. I'm talking about the guides. They had to source a guide who came to help me understand the words in Sotho, like the meaning, the deep meaning of words, why we will say certain things, right? Like I ask them something, then that person will come and tell me what that word comes from, why we will call something this, what is that word borrowed from, or where does it originate from? Because of him, he was like that to me, like that deep, you know. Yes, I did pay attention to him. He was that deep. Because otherwise, ancestors, they will just be teaching us about Muti. Use this Muti and use that Muti to do this. But why? What does that even mean? Why are you calling something like this? Why are you calling these names? What does this name even come from? Ancestors, they need to go and talk to each other so that they can come and explain the way to you. You ancestors as well sometimes. I love them. Anyway, so that is what this is how deep this person was, like in my spiritual path. That's how deep he was. Yes, he was that deep. He was that deep. Yeah. Yes. 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 And I'm glad that I got to learn a lot from him. Yes. So, Madison University, yes, I do wonder now who's running it and what's going to happen, since, you ask yourself questions. As I was saying about Madison University, I was asking my people before about, like, before, when I was asking them about the meaning of words, who can help me in this ancestral realm? Who actually understands the Sotho there? I need to understand. So I was trying to get them to see how, sometimes you can't force ancestors, how you can get to link up with someone, like someone, like now you physically have to link up with someone where you can talk to them like a person to person. Unfortunately, yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah. When you like someone too much, you ask your ancestors, please, how can I be linked up with that person? What can I be learning from that person? I mean, in person. I'm not talking about like from far. Like, I want to be talking to them in person. You can't just go and talk to them, right? Because ancestors, they've got too many rules. Yes. Okay. What does Google Tuli say? Okay, because people think African spirituality is limited to hey, look at me only. Pinda and Peb. That is when the ancestors are also limited to only inform us of such. I'm learning how to speak in dreams. I was a mute before. Hey, Thelma, what are you saying? Are we now speaking out loud? Now you're directing ancestors in those dreams, confusing them. Hmm? You're asking your ancestors to repeat themselves in those dreams. That is good. That's how we want you like that. We don't want you being like a, what is called that? There is that cartoon thing. There's that guy. What they call it? Not even Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean, sometimes he does some moans, he moans a little bit. There's another guy with this black beard there. What they call Peter Pan? Is it Peter Pan? You don't want you being like Peter Pan there with your ancestors and dreams. They need to hear you talking. You're asking them questions. Yes, that is beautiful. That's beautiful, Thelma. Yes, we need to understand this. We need to really enjoy the process. That's how it's supposed to be, right? So that is how it is. Anyway, talking about that, I'll do the video on its own about this because I think there's a topic on this one. I wanted to talk about the I think someone asked a question about that. I'll do a video on its own. Okay. It's Sunday today. Gosh, I can't believe I'm here for actually an hour. I didn't realize I was gonna be here for that long. Someone also asked how to speak not just about Begamina Ngeto. So the ancestors came gliding into her dreams, slapping her with languages. Heaven. Yes, she's speaking different languages, she's saying. Yes, that's beautiful. Different languages, different ancestors. That's beautiful. That's how we want it. Gosh, I was in this place in Limpopo this week. I'm talking about in the dream, not in real life. In the dream, I've never been there. My Watsonga ancestors, they've taken me to this Malumlele. Hey, what's happening there? Where? Okay. Can you boil water for me? Can you boil water for me? Please, sweetheart. I'll kiss your cheeks.
I'm only boiling water.
If you love me too much, you might make tea, Jimmy. We'll see if you love me, if you really love me, Jimmy. And you know, people on this on the live session, they are watching to see if you really love me. Please don't disappoint me. If you love me, you'll make me a nice cup of tea with 1 teaspoon of sugar. You don't need to put milk. Yes. So talking about the languages, right? I was in this place, Malumlele, with Batsonga. They were talking in Chitsonga, and there I was watching, trying to understand a little bit of some. I can hear a little bit. Can you hear a little bit? And there I was like this. I was like, what are my ancestors doing now? What am I going to be doing? What are they teaching me now? A lot of things will come later on, what they were teaching me. So it was a beautiful experience just being there and even, you know, when they're taking you to a place and they show you where they're taking you and even the name as well. So you know that they mean business. You're actually there. There's something really, really important in that area. And yeah. Yes. We are mandated to laugh no matter how stressful life is. Yes. We need to. The positive and the negative side of life. The good have to be balanced with the bad. And we have to be in the middle to be in control. Otherwise, if you get too much of a good thing, as well might not be good. Too much of a bad thing as well might not be good. Might not be, if it's bad, still not good. Too bad, too much of the bad. You need to be balanced. You need to be in control. Everything has to be in alignment. Nicely. You need to be in the middle of the good and the bad. You need to be dodgy. I can go. Like you're in the middle, right? You are like I can go this, you know, like the good. I can go a little bit of this. Oh, just balance me a little bit in the bed. Okay, that's me just trying to make life easy. Which we're supposed to laugh about, like you say, we go to should not be too serious. Being too serious as well is not helping. Oh, the thing as the water boiled, because I didn't hear it boiling, Jimmy. Has it boiled?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you make me tea with half boiled water, my son, which can be a little bit hectic.
No, Mother, it's literally steaming so much.
But I like to hear the kettle just going like making that sound when the water is boiling. But it's all right. I'll take it.
It definitely made that sound.
Okay, I'll take it. Thelma, we trying here. We trying here. Take the tea bag out. Don't put milk in it.
I'll put the tea bag out.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm almost finished.
Okay. My coffee is too cold.
Coffee?
My Jimbos has made me tea. Oof. This is love. This is love.
Don't call me my gym boss. Call me my gym boss.
This is love. Thank you.
Mother, please do not call me my gym boss.
You're the best.
Call me my gym boss.
Mejimbos. Mejimbos has made me nice tea. See?
Hello, I'm the gym boss.
Majimbos.
I'm watching over you.
Majimbos is
I
watching.
can see your every move.
Yes, Majimbos is looking after me. He's gonna make a beautiful husband to someone, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm not having girls fight over you. So, okay. You're talking about me? Oh, you must have done this. You must have done this. Remember that we are harnessing each other. So harnessing each other, this is all about it. Harnessing each other is about taking our energy to the level that is supposed to be. Remember that our ancestors, my ancestors, your ancestors, they're working very hard in the background, making sure that there is that force, that bubble within, on top of us, that's making me see things as I'm supposed to see them, get me back into my great self. Who looks like mom? Oh, Jimbos. Oh, Jimmy. Yes, it's supposed to look like the mom. Yes, Jimmy, they say you look like me. Let's see.
Oh boy, I wonder what resemblance we share.
It must be the hair. But your hair looks a bit like I'm not looking after you. What can you share? Share something spiritual. Do you know anything? Oh, Jimmy knows something about what's that thing, the yin and yang. Oh, you don't need to. The eyes and the lips. Oh, they say the eyes and the lips. They said you're wearing lipstick.
No, I'm not.
Yes, they said your eyes look like my eyes and the lips looks like my lips.
Really? Do I really look like her? With
Yeah.
the eyes and lips?
Yeah, you do. If the gogos and the mkulus out there are saying you do, you do. Anyway, so that is just that. I think we're getting to that extent where it's becoming like that. Anyway, that was me and my Jimbos, and I'm back to live session. Right? I'm back. So I'm back. I can now back. Back on life. I need to get my mojo. Yeah, I need to get my mojo. I'm still tired though. I'm tired, like literally tired. Like I have what they call it. I'm still jet lagged after 5 days. I think I'm still feeling like tired. I'm tired, and yeah, strange thing, isn't it? Anyway, what has been happening to me spiritually? Not much. Not much. Not much. You know, when I'm saying not much, it means like this. Because for me, when I'm getting a lot of things, that's when I say a lot of things have been happening to me. When I'm just like just doing normal things, I kind of feel like I like climbing upstairs. I love getting spirits and getting new things. Then that's when I will say some things are happening in my spiritual path. But when nothing like that is happening, I kind of feel like, what the hell is happening in my spiritual path? It's like, anyway, we as institutions uplifting each other's spirits for sure. Thank you. My ancestors shut down my devices, and I thought, let me come onto YouTube to learn something, and I found your live. Oh, those pure. They shut down your devices. I like it when they do that. Oh gosh. Talking about shutting down devices. My ancestors, when I got home, they shut down my dreams. For 1 week, I was shut down, like literally shut down. Like literally. Like you know, when you're just like you just for 1 week straight, and there was nothing going on, like something that I can say. What do you say? When you can, they literally forced me into hibernation. Like I was hibernating. That's my ancestors. They shut me down for 1 week. Like no dreams. Like I will sleep like a baby. Like seriously. Seriously. Like shut down. Like normally I just want to, like during the day, anyone that I meet, people that I talk to, I want to see what my ancestors think of them. Like in the dream state, they will show me, isn't it? They'll have to show me. Then I can just, you're like this. My ancestors think of you like this, right? Then I get excited with things like that. But they shut me down for 1 week. Like, hey, I saw myself like, what did I actually even steam with? There was something I steam with. I said, my ancestors, please bring the dreams. I can't be floating like this. Like this is like I don't like this. Like this. I don't like this. And then I part. My ancestors, is there something I've done wrong? Is there something wrong with what is happening with me? They said there was nothing. And I'm saying they said there was nothing. Like they said, they talked to me that there was nothing happening with you. I should just enjoy being as it is. Hey, it was unusual. Like you go to bed, like little nothing. You wake up, nothing. And I'm thinking, well, did I actually dream? Oh, I forgot. Shut. That was me. Anyway, then I'm thinking, maybe my ancestors, they don't want me being at home anymore. Like, what is this? I'm supposed to be seeing new things. I'm at home. You know, like when you're in a particular place, you kind of feel like you need to activate all the things that are happening around the area, right? Because I always believe when I go home, for grounding purposes, even for my spiritual path, because that is where I'm supposed to be, right? I'm supposed to be activating even the other things that I don't know, I'm not aware of, like activating, like everything comes running towards me, right? Like when you're shut, like in that way, like you're thinking, hey, do these people want me to move from the place, to go somewhere else? Hey, that was something else. Anyway, okay, It's good to have you back, Gogo. They also do that to you. Bring gossip for the day and shutting down the dreams. Yo, makes me feel a sense of belonging. Yes, yes. What do you think I am? They do it to everyone. What do you think I am? What's so special about me? Hmm? There's nothing special. If they can do it to you, they'll do it to me. For me, it was like a break as well. I was so tired. My ancestors must have felt bad as well for me with what was happening in their room. They must have felt bad as well. Like, let's our child just at least, because remember, the way I look at my life since I've been on the spiritual path as a healer, every night I go to bed, right? This is how I look at it, and I don't look at it anyhow. I work night shift. At night, that is when I am at work. During the day, I can meet people and stuff. At night is when I am at work. Daytime is daytime. Nighttime, that's where I'm alive. My dreams, my life path, everything is revealed in there. At night, that is where everything, I take going to bed and dreaming totally different from, I think, from others. I look forward to that deep sleep and dreaming. I look forward to it. I mean, my day can be as bad as it can be, but I start counting sometimes to make even the process faster. I have to find something in a book that will make me fall asleep faster. So I can read, because I know some books you read and you really, by the time you open another page, you fall asleep, you zoom off. So I can go to work. My night shift can start. Or the only time I'll just like I can start feeling like I'm dozing off, and then put the book down and get, you see me even laughing, like partly asleep but laughing, like I'm about to go to work. That's how excited I am with dreaming. Anyway, I find that dreams are sent for us for maybe okay. Well, we were this is skipping some things now. That is Gogo Tuli's saying. I find that dreams are sent for us to maybe action things, pray or note them. We may end up doing nothing if the next dream comes in. Prematurely. Tell my night shift. Okay. Sometimes I'll get 1 month later dream that foretells the next week or even month. When the cycle ends or goal is achieved, the next dream comes in. I didn't speak to my grandparents every day, nor do I speak to my parents or family every day. Yet when something significant must be communicated, we speak. The relationship can be exactly this with our ancestors. It's true. I, for one, expect my ancestors to communicate with me every night. I expect that. Remember, that is not only ancestors that I communicate with. I expect the spirits, the guides, and others to communicate with me. If my ancestors are tired, please give others a chance. The other spirits, the other entities to come and show themselves, right? At least now take me on tours in those spiritual realms. Take me to other dimensions, the dimensional state that I've never even reached, because there are too many. Remember, there are too many. So take me there. Let me go and learn about something that I didn't even know exists. If you're tired about teaching me about some regular things, remember that our ancestors, they can only teach us about things that they've learned, right? Anyway, remember that we're talking about different things. Ancestors, They'll teach us about when you've gone past what they wanted you to do for them. Now they'll teach you about what they've learned when they were living, right? Then from there, obviously now the ancestors have to ascend to go somewhere else, right? Now you have to learn from others. Now different people coming in to teach you about different things. Spirits teaching you about beautiful things that spirits teach you about. And then from there, you have to now go back into other dimensional states. When I'm saying dimensional states, meaning that you have to go past the ancestral realm, go past the realms of the water spirits, the seas. Now go to other dimension places that go to the moon, go and learn something there. Go past the stars, go and learn something there. Because remember, there are too many things that we need to learn. Go there and learn about something. So no one wants to be there just concentrating on cleansing water, how to cleanse someone. Some of us, we want to see what actually happened in those places past the stars, right? What happens there? How do those things communicate to us in the earthly realm? My battery is low, so that means I'm about to finish as well. I can't charge it. So we want to learn about a lot of those things. Beautiful things, isn't it? So we do that. Yes, I also look forward to the night shift. I just can't wait for school. Oh, I can't wait for school. I'm going to school with Mbuya. So yes, we're going to school. Yes, we can't wait. We can't wait. I know, I'm too excited. We can't wait. This is the thing, right? As I'm talking about this, the indirect mentoring, right? So some mentoring as well, they come in different ways. Now we're gonna be going to school. This is not the school my ancestors are taking me. This is the school that the other ancestors are taking me to. We as ancestors are taking us to school again for the second time. We are going to school now. You know, like when ancestors, they get too excited, so much knowledge they want to share. Now, they just don't want to share it with their child only. They want to share it with everyone. Now, they get so excited. Bring everyone in. So they take you all to school. That is what they do. So even me, as you see me like this, my ancestors don't only take me to school. Even other people's ancestors, they want me in their schools. So I go to their schools. Yeah. Here I am, ancestors, Thelma's ancestors, and Gogo Chuli's ancestors. I go to schools. If you're taking me to schools, I will go willingly. That is how I learn in my spiritual path. I go to school. Other people's ancestors are taking me to school. Yes. So I come here and share the knowledge that they teach me. And then you'll be like, where did you learn about that? As you see me like this, when I say I go to night shift, if I don't go to night shift, I go to day school during the day. I get taken to schools, right? Not only in South Africa, I go to schools in Zimbabwe. Not only in Zimbabwe, I go to school anywhere that ancestors want to take me to school, I'll go willingly. And I'll be one of those people that, when you're in school, they go and sit in front, right? The ones who do the homework first. And then the teacher, before the teacher says, have you done the homework? The person is with the hand up. And you're like, this one, she needs to be off. She needs to be sick for a day at least, so we can breathe. I'm like one of those ones. Anyway, as a medium, I communicate with them every day by vision, hearing, feeling through my body, astral journey, through meditation. I may not be dreaming, but in communication 24/7 Gog. Yes, that is true. That is true. I communicate with my ancestors, but I prefer not to because they can be serious, right? I prefer, especially if I'm not working, there's no need for them coming to talk to me, hearing male and female voices all the time. The energy is draining. So I prefer that I go to the dream state so I can talk to them there. It's free. I wake up as normal. When I keep on hearing them talking to me, hey, it's too much. Anyway, Babakar, is this live? Yes, it is live, Babakar. What is the topic? There's no topic. I was just here to talk about my indirect mentor, this book. The guy who wrote the book passed away. So I just thought I should come and just talk about him because he really indirectly guided me in my spiritual path. So I thought I should pay respect somehow and just talk about him. Then I end up, the topic end up just being everywhere, every place, you know. Yeah, in honor of Mocholoko, we are convening here. That's true, in honor of Mocholoko. Yes, I should put it there. Gogotuli, I'll put that in honor of Mocholoko. So that is the communication for today. So yes, that is what we're talking about. Okay. The two much when they come in chit-chatting. Yes. Then we just end up just talking about anything goes. So we end up just being like that communication where it all goes. Right? The gossip, the truth of Koma. Yes. Yes. And I was just saying that the truth of Koma comes from this book. The truth of Koma comes from this book. So I've borrowed the truth of Koma from this book because I loved it so much that I thought I'm going to be using it when I'm gossiping and I just want to be free flowing. I just want to be myself and forget that I'm a healer and I've got a name called Mocholoko. Unfortunately, my ancestors have taken that away from me. Even if I'm trying to be myself, sometimes I have to remember I'm a healer, which is... Anyway, so that is where I wanted to talk about him, because if he really made me even use words from his wisdom, so he really influenced me so good, right? Good influence from Mocholoko. So that's why we're talking about today. We are just going all over the place talking about different things because like we are like that, like spirituality. You think you're learning about plants. The next thing you're seeing divination bones. Your ancestors are teaching about divination bones. You're like, I'm not finished. I didn't see what happens after this plant. Then your ancestors are taking you somewhere else. You're learning about other things. This is spirituality now. That's what we're talking about. Don't chase them when they gossip all day. All right. What are you doing?
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm almost done. My battery's flat.
Who's this?
Oh, you can take the phone. Can you tell your sister, please, to tell? It's too loud.
Turn that down, Zara!
Anyway, so that is just that. We were talking about that, and that is the communication for today. I think I'm done. I don't have anything more to share because tomorrow I'm going to be here live. So I might as well just not be too much, isn't it? So I'll put this, yes. So this is just that. We just gossiping with the truth of God, right? So that is just that, and I hope you had excuse me. I hope you had a great Sunday, and thank you for harnessing me. Thank you for harnessing me. Thank you for brightening up my day. Yes, brightening up my day, right? Brightening up my day. And I hope as well that I brightened up yours. And yes, and we'll talk again. And that was just that. Oh, I miss doing that. How do I turn this off?